You ever notice how the loudest laugh in the room usually belongs to the person who's hurting the most? The one who makes everyone else feel lighter, while quietly carrying the heaviest load themselves. It's strange how pain can learn to speak fluently in jokes. How someone can turn heartbreak into humor so quickly that you barely catch the bitterness hiding under the punchline. Their laughter rings loud, but the feeling behind it? Whisper quiet, careful, controlled. People who laugh when they're not okay aren't healed by humor. They're hiding inside it. Their pain doesn't disappear. It just learns better timing. Their smile looks natural, but if you look closely, it's a little too polished, a little too practiced, like it's been staged 1,000 times in the dark, in front of no one. And they'll say they're fine because it's easier. Easier to make you comfortable than to risk vulnerability. Easier to lighten the mood than to admit theirs is heavy. Easier to deflect with a joke than reveal a crack they've spent years trying to seal. People call them the strong one, the funny one, the easygoing one. But their humor isn't random, it's strategic. Sometime along the way, they learned a painful truth. The world handles their jokes better than their honesty. When they cried, people pulled back. But when they joked about their pain, everyone stayed, everyone laughed, everyone liked them. So humor became armor, a shield made of timing, a mask shaped into a smile, a survival skill disguised as entertainment, and it works until it starts to erase them. Because the ones who make others feel okay are rarely asked if they're okay. People assume the jokes mean happiness, when the jokes are actually the hiding place. You can spot it if you know what to look for. The laugh that lasts 1 second too long, the instant drop of their smile when the moment moves on, the way they turn something serious into something funny, just a little too fast. Sometimes it's the tiny crack in their voice they hope no one heard. They don't laugh because the world is amusing. They laugh because the world feels safer when they're hidden. These people don't want pity or drama. They don't want to be checked up on like a project. They just want someone who sees them without needing a performance. Because at some point in their past, their feelings made someone uncomfortable. And now they make sure their feelings never inconvenience anyone again. They learn to become the softened version of themselves, the edited version, the entertaining version, the version that never needs too much. And their humor hits so well because it comes from survival, not ease. It's humor with a heartbeat, humor with a history, humor that grew where silence once lived. People who laugh when they're not okay aren't trying to deceive anyone. They're trying to protect themselves. They're balancing the room because their internal world feels unsteady. They'll joke about their stress right before it breaks them. They'll joke about their loneliness because saying it plainly is too raw. They'll joke about being the therapist friend because admitting they need help feels unsafe. But underneath the humor is someone hoping, quietly, that someone notices, not calls them out, not pressures them, just notices. Notices the heaviness behind the laughter, notices the exhaustion in their eyes, notices the silence after the joke, notices the way they always deflect when things get too real. They don't need saving, they need space. They need someone who says, "No, really, how are you?" and actually waits for the answer. They need connection that doesn't depend on being the funny one. They need a place where humor isn't required to be welcomed. Because here's the heartbreaking psychology behind all of it. They learn to translate their pain into something easier for others to digest. And the world rewarded that translation so consistently that they began to believe their real emotions were wrong, unwanted, or too heavy. So, they keep laughing, they keep smiling, they keep entertaining. But when they're alone, the silence is louder, the exhaustion is deeper, and the emotions they swallowed spill out in ways they can't joke through. After years of this, a quiet fear creeps in. Does anyone actually know me? Does anyone love the version of me beneath the humor? Would anyone stay if I stopped performing? So they laugh harder and hide deeper. But the truth they can barely voice is simple. They're not looking for a fixer. They're looking for someone who won't flinch when the smile fades, someone who doesn't get uncomfortable when they're honest, someone who stays even when the humor stops. Pain doesn't always cry. Sometimes it jokes. Sometimes it makes the whole room laugh, so no one sees the hurt sitting just behind the eyes. And when someone finally says, "You don't have to be funny for me," you can watch their whole body exhale. You can see the armor loosen. You can feel something inside them soften. Because real connection isn't built on the laughter you share, but on understanding why the laughter had to exist in the first place.